it was good. Just really with how our guys approached this week. The first 5 practices over the weekends, I really had a big just a developmental focus. Didn't really get into much about our opponent. Coming into this week, we wanted to basically run through a game week. Going to give the guys a little bit of downtime, for them to be able to go and be around their families. For the holidays, we're going to meet down there on Christmas night. But really pleased with the work that I've seen, and our guys, they're challenging themselves, pushing. I'm excited to watch them compete, and we got our game week leading into the Orange Bowl once we get down there, and it's still all about the work. But I really like the mindset which our guys are bringing, and the way that they're pushing themselves throughout these practices. And I think we've definitely gotten better throughout it.
Some of the young wide receivers like Destin and Hakeem that have gone through different things this first season, how good is this kind of a year for them?
No, for all the freshmen, it's great. I think when you look at that freshman receiver group, Vendravius, Destin, obviously Hakeem. Hakeem got banged up towards the end of the season. He was really just ascending at a high level, and it was unfortunate he missed the rest of the regular season and really the championship game. But it's good to see him back out there. He's moving fast. You see that continued confidence. I think all 3 of those guys are going to be really good football players here as we move forward, and they're trying to capitalize on opportunity, and just with every practice go out and get better. And it's good to see that, and really just some of the older guys that are continuing to bring them along throughout that competition. But I think it's been good for all of our position groups. You look at looking over defensively, like looking at that linebacking core, those young freshmen. I think Juice and Blake have really taken some great strides through these last couple of weeks. I like what I'm seeing there. It's good to see D'Lo and Tatum and those guys that have played so much football, be able to kind of pour into them, in it, and it's good seeing all those guys working together. But I think it's been a great bowl prep, and we still got one more week to go in it.
With some of the guys who've left or opted out at running back, have you figured out what you're going to do there in terms of just kind of the position changes?
Yeah, we got some personnel, things that we're looking at. Good thing is we got great versatility within our football team, and guys that have, obviously with Trey opting out, that it definitely it takes a hit on us, and then just different personnel things that have showed up. It provides opportunity for some guys, that have been preparing throughout the course of the season. Because Holmes is the guy that I think has really got a great chance to make impact, and he's somebody that has showed up throughout these practices. If you see growth, but we've got all different plans for this game, and we're going to have a lot of versatility, in where guys are going to be able to be used, and I'm looking forward to. I've liked what I've seen so far, and looking forward to it as we get into the game week.
Tate got the start against Florida, obviously went down with a concussion, missed the ACC championship game. How big is this, for another start for him, for his experience?
Oh, it's great. Tate these last 2 years, he's had 3 opportunities, and it's pretty remarkable. 2 of those were on the road. All 3 of them, we have found ourselves, whether when he was coming in or even when he was part of it, that we were down. And so I think you see just the mindset. He's not somebody that gets rattled. He's not. Obviously we're going to be playing really good defense. A defense that shows a lot of different looks. But I know Tate. He's preparing at a high level, and I'm excited to see him go out there and compete and just go be himself. I think the championship game was great for Brock. It was awesome to be able to have some of the really good, and then some of the things that he could learn from. So each time you step on the field, it's a great experience for your development, and that's something that I think even with Brock coming out of it, you see a different level of confidence in really what to expect and what it needs to look like, but other also things of areas of growth and improvement.
I had a big picture recruiting question to ask. With the way things have changed over the last decade or so with the transfer portal, 5 years or so, can you be as, forward thinking in terms of signing guys that might need 2 or 3 years to develop when you don't know if they're actually going to be at your school 2 or 3 years down the road? Does that change anything at all?
Yeah, yes and no. It's still, I believe in the program that we have, and the development, the examples that we can use, and you try to be very open and transparent. I mean, there's some guys we signed yesterday that I think elite level ceilings. Now it might take them a little time, and I don't stray away from that. I don't tell them just what they want to hear in the recruiting process. This is a work. I'm not going to put limits on what they can accomplish, but they got to come do it. And but when you believe in the young man, when you believe in who they are, how great of a fit that they are for this program, sometimes you're willing to wait for great things. And but it's about the work. It's about the impact they'll make. Does that mean that the kids they're still 18, 19, 20 years old, and it's sometimes hard for them to see past what is just today. But ultimately, I mean that's what it's all about. And, I don't ever want to lose sight of that part of it, because it's enjoyable to see guys come in and grow and develop throughout the program, and then just all that they can accomplish. We got some guys that are going to play this game for a long time, that maybe they weren't the most celebrated coming in, but we believed in them, and as they've worked and grown, I mean, you have really special players that are doing great things for us now.
Between moving past the hurt and disappointment of what happened, what has been your message to the team in terms of motivation level, to play in this game when maybe it's not the one that everyone hoped to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's still our opportunity, and you get to play against a great opponent. You get to play in the 90th Orange Bowl. I mean, which is just a special game. It's not. I don't ever want to make it about that, though. I want to it's what's in front of us. So yes, we all are hurt. I mean, all of that was real coming out of the championship weekend. But at the end of the day, good Lord's blessed us with an opportunity. I mean, go be better. Like that's it, individually. Obviously as a football team. I mean, in today's age, I mean, it is. There's a lot of people surrounding young men, and there's so much access, whether it's social media and all the news and all those things. So it's easy to get distracted with with other things. But you get a chance to go compete, you get a chance to go get better, and that's really been it. And I don't want to have to give a motivational speech for opportunity. And in this game, heck, in life, I mean, you're not guaranteed anything. You got to make the most of what you have. And I'm grateful for these guys, the way they've come to work. I think the practices have been really good, so it's not something that I'm having to go out there and ramp up. I mean, but it is what's in front of us, and if we're only dictated by circumstance, you can miss out on some great things that are out there. And so we have a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to seeing these guys go out there and compete to the best of who they are.
Would you like to see changes in the December calendar, as far as there's a lot going on right now? Obviously, you got the portal and signing window for high school prospects too.
Yeah, I mean it's a ton, and so I think sometimes there's changes that are made, and things that sound good in the moment, but as one change is made, and then other things stack upon it, it really becomes it's an overwhelming time for really all. I mean, and players, coaches, all but when you think about signing day yesterday, obviously transfer portal, preparing and doing all things for bowl games. I mean, it's difficult, but I think you got to make sure that with whatever change, you can rush to change something, and it could have a negative, reaction off of that. So I think there are some ways, there are some methods that could make it better. Maybe freer opportunity when it comes to signing, rather than just having a set day, or maybe an earlier opportunity if guys know what they want to do, or I know there's been discussion of possibly if it was ever pushed back. It's just there's always going to be consequences and the repercussions to it. But I mean, it's definitely difficult to be great in all the areas, but that's what we're striving to do.
Do you remember why they made an early signing period? What was the?
I mean, there's all different discussion. I think there are some perks to it, especially in the month of January of what it was. Because a lot of kids, when you look back of when guys were committed, the percentage of guys that stayed committed throughout January to February, being able to allow them to almost the relief of, they know where they're going, but once you move it, it was initially said, hey, well, it'll just be the guys that want to, but then it becomes the new standard signing day. So it's always going to be a lot of, like I said, there's going to be a lot of consequences to every decision. So we'll see where it goes.
Earlier this morning, the balance of everyone said no one's told Billy was coming back for another year. How big will it be to have him for his fifth season?
No, I mean, LT's I've loved, he's been a great playmaker for these last 4 years, and just seeing all that he does, in the backfield, out space. I mean, MVP of the championship game was a special game for him, but he's been doing that for a long time here, and I think there's still more growth, more opportunity for him, and I'm just excited to watch him on that journey.
That good?